Okay, this will be a very short video because I don't want to carry too long in this energy, but for sure, like I did a reading about Kim K and Marilyn Monroe a few days ago. And I told you guys in that reading that a few weeks before that, the way my spiritual gift works, I have spirits that open spiritual doors, and they just kind of walk in front of me and they show themselves, and that's when they're either like, that's kind of their signal for me to talk to them, or if they want to talk to me, or if there's some kind of info that needs to be shared about that person, or they want to share some kind of info with me about a situation, then okay. I said in that video she came through a spiritual door maybe a few weeks prior. But I was kind of confused on why. Plus, I was doing other work and trying to focus on other things, and that happens to me a lot. Where certain spirits will just come out of nowhere, and then a few weeks later, some kind of crazy news comes out, and I'm like, damn, I should start paying attention to those. But a bitch be working, you know. So Marilyn has never left my energy. Actually, at random moments, she pops back up and she just starts talking. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown why. And Marilyn also is going to reincarnate because her spirit is over the harassment. She's telling me, she's like, I bet none of these people would know what to do if they were harassed, not only in life, but in death as well. This woman is being harassed. When she was alive, she put me in a vision where she put me in a club. She was walking through a club, a jazz club to be precise, and she's telling me that she was very empathic and she felt a lot of energy. She felt energy all the time. And she was just giving me these waves of energy she would get from the people around her, whether it be negative or positive. And she got a lot of negative energy from people, you guys. A lot of men that was like evil eyeing her femininity, a lot of women that was evil eyeing her femininity. And she talked about how hard it was for her to have genuine friends, and how hard it was for her to figure out someone who wanted to actually be her friend because she was pretty and they wanted to copy, or just people that really cared about humans. She really cared about humans. She was a real human's human. And that's very rare. I don't think I've ever heard that about a person, honestly. Everything that she did, she wanted it to be for the better of somebody else. Her heart was always big. Her heart was always open, which she said is actually a part of the issue when she was living, but as well as an issue of her being passed on, because I saw something very disturbing while I was in her energy a few minutes ago. A lot of people don't know this, but Hugh Hefner, his first pictures on Playboy were Marilyn Monroe, and Marilyn Monroe did not authorize those pictures. This man had a lifelong, I get the weirdest energy. I have to hurry up and talk about this because this man's energy, like, just freaks me out talking about him in the metaphysical. I hate it. First of all, he did that without her. She was naked. Did that without her. She didn't want to be on a magazine cover naked like that. And he used those pictures with his own indiscretion. And a lot of people don't know this, but Hugh Hefner bought the burial plot next to Marilyn Monroe so that he can be buried next to her as well. And you guys, when I channeled that, I got the most irritating spirit, like this. I've never felt more uncomfortable around the spirit, and it's Hugh Hefner's spirit. And I'm so uncomfortable right now. It is like if I could give you an example of someone heckling someone through life and death, it's this man. She's being heckled by multiple people on the other side. And that's also why I'm not the only psychic that said this. I know other few psychics have said this. She's gonna reincarnate. She is gonna reincarnate. She will have another lifetime And it is going to be soon. You know, I don't know how soon all that energy will manifest, you know, her soul and stuff like that. But she is going to reincarnate because she went through so much in her lifespan while she was alive that spirit and her ancestors have another mission for her. And it's something about the mission of the divine feminine. So Marilyn is going to reincarnate because there's something about the divine feminine finally rising up. The feminine of Mother Earth, of the feminine in general, is on a higher vibration than it's ever been. Her plus other strong feminines that have passed away will be reincarnating soon. Because there is a switch in the energy. The feminine is rising. We have been through a lot for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. The feminine energy will be at its all-time high within the next few years. And that's when the vibration of the earth will really start to... It's already shifting, to be honest with you. But in the next few years is when we're really going to see that divine feminine energy really take over the earth and really start to impact other women. You know, women are already being impacted by the divine feminine movement, but it's as if God is going to be pushing forward the divine feminine movement. God needs the divine feminine to come more together in a healthier energy. And that's really why I feel like Marilyn keeps coming to me, because I address myself as a divine feminine, and she knows she was a divine feminine. And she knows that divine feminine women get abused the most because of our divinity. And she knows that because of her open heart and how giving and how gracious she was. And she said it doesn't matter what she went through, she never let go of that graciousness. That's what being a divine feminine is about. It's about having that patience and having that otherworldly energy to understand that you can alchemize the negativity. And that's one thing she was very aware of, was alchemy. She was so damn smart, but with the toxic masculines around her and the distorted masculines around her, and also in Hollywood, might I add, her energy was always distorted. People always demonized her divinity. And on this earth, if you recognize yourself as a divine being or whatever it is, you find your energy getting distorted. You find your words being demonized, even if it's something completely positive. She's basically telling me that she's over being in the spirit realm, and I guess it's why she's talking so much, because she's just so tired of people harassing her in life and in death. And I'm telling you, she has a lot of weirdos around her in the spiritual realm. She really is trying to be as connected to the higher guides as possible. Something about Mary Madeline is very important to her. Something about her ancestors is very important to her. You know what's crazy? In a past life, Marilyn was black. That's coming to me very strong. Like, something about the 1500s. I'm seeing her in a past life as a black woman, and her soul reincarnated into Marilyn so she could go through the same feminine woes, but it was more of a transformative feminine energy when she was Marilyn Monroe. And also, when she was a black woman in her other past life, she did something very spiritual, like a medicine woman, or here I'm seeing it very clearly with her. Yeah, she was very naturally soulful. And you know, she was actually, like I said, she was pretty psychic herself. She was just extraordinarily intelligent. And this is why she was downplayed as much as she was. Because as soon as she opened her mouth, people could feel how intelligent she was. And all those men, honey, they did not like it. They did not like it. And she said other women didn't understand her because they wanted to talk about lower vibrational things, and she was just so intelligent, none of that stuff mattered to her. So she felt highly misunderstood. Highly misunderstood. And her spirit was done very wrong while it was here throughout her childhood and throughout her adult life. And that's why spirit is pushing her spirit into reincarnation. And plus, people keep playing with her here on this earth. People keep trying to channel her and summon her. She has shown me so many people who have like done rituals on her energy, just random people. She showed me a whole bunch of people like lighting candles, trying to summon her. She's tired, honey. She's tired. She's like, listen, I'm coming back because all this energy of people that consistently bother me and try to bulldoze my energy for their energy is getting exhausting. And she's basically saying, she's like, I'm too smart to watch this shit. So listen, this woman has been trailblazing in my energy for a few weeks now, and I understand. I get it. She's being heckled in death. There's weirdos chasing her in the astral realm. She yeah. So this woman is very intelligent, spiritual, free. I love her style. She's a Leo rising. She's a Gemini. She's an Aquarius moon. She's an Aquarius Mercury. Very inquisitive. And like I said, almost like too intelligent for her own good, because hella people saw her as this beautiful muse and goddess, and she was, but nobody ever checked her for her intelligence. Nope. And that really bothered her while she was here on this earth. It really did. It really did. She wished she could have done more while she was here as Marilyn, but she's gonna do even more when she reincarnates. And the divine feminine energy is gonna like skyrocket. I'm telling you, there's something very profound about the divine feminine energy that is gonna reincarnate, not just from Marilyn, but other strong feminine leaders from certain ages are reincarnating as well. As back as AD, BC, y'all. Like, we're about to have some very powerful feminine energies reincarnate around us. We already do have powerful feminine energies that have incarnated around us, and a lot of women are just being asked to tap more into their divinity. And Marilyn talks about how this was kind of the devil's playground and how it was hard for her to tap into her divinity. It's something that you really got to work on. You got to work with. It's a job. Your inner child, your divinity. She's talking about all that. She's very enlightened, especially because when she passed, she was pushed. When she passed, you guys, she was pushed into a black woman's arms. There's something about Marilyn in her past lives and about her being black. She might reincarnate as someone who is darker skinned or Latina or black, seriously. Because there's something about the connection of her and black people. She has a very strong connection to them. She really respected them, even when other people disrespected. Yeah, there's that story about the jazz singer in the club, and they wouldn't let her sing because she was African American, and Marilyn requested and made them and paid her herself so that she could sing, or paid her more on top of the club or something like that. So she might definitely reincarnate as a Latina or as a black woman. Because there's something very powerful about her in her past life where she was black, and black people when she was living as the Marilyn, the icon that we see in the pictures. Wow. I'm not gonna carry too long here. I'm done. Her energies, it just would not. She just sat down and started talking, honey, and I was like, oh shit. All right, well, let me do what I need to do. I'm out of here. I love you guys. Bye.